you're doing well today, guys, and welcome to the second part of our series on how to improve your videos, looking specifically at equipment, because you're now looking to take your videos to the next level. You're creating videos, you're doing things, you're creating that buzz, and you want to start taking things a little bit more professional without necessarily going to the professionals. So if you haven't checked out, we have an equipment to start with video, which really talks about the basics just to get you moving. Today what we're going to talk about is that next level of stuff. Where do you invest your money once you're ready and realise that this is working for your business? Hi, I'm Fraser from the Public Speaking Institute, and this is one of the things that comes up with our intermediate students. So they've started to create videos, they've started to create that presence, and they've started to create an impact with their tribe, and now they want to create more videos with better professional impact and more information layered on top of them. So where do you go from there? That's what we're going to cover today, and I'm excited because this does take the image of your business through the roof very, very quickly and for relatively small amounts of money. The setup I'm using here today, minus the computer, has cost me about $500, and I'm going to run through exactly what I've got and how it works and how it makes this look even better. The first place I would start looking is with a microphone. And with a microphone, you really want to start, what you pay for is what you get. Having said that, you can find some great secondhand stuff on eBay. And really what you want is to look at where you're doing most of your recording. Now I record in my home office here, and so I have a desktop microphone. The great thing about the desktop microphone, solid bass, relatively easy to use in the sense that you just plug it in, it's USB, and it records straight into my computer. What it does though, compared to the microphone that's built into my computer, is it just provides much better resonance. It made much better quality of my voice and much better on your ears. And that's what microphones do. And the higher you go, the more you spend, the better they will sound. So any increment, as far as I'm concerned, is better than the one that you've got on your computer. And this is where I would start with my money. Now the Blue Yeti I've got, desktop microphone, I picked up for about $100 on eBay, and it is fantastic. And if you go to Blue Microphones, you'll see they've got a whole range of things through there. But there are other ways around this, so find the microphone that you want to invest in and get it and start playing with it and work out how it works. You don't need top-end stuff just yet, unless that's particularly where you want to spend your money. But for me, as I said, for $500, I've managed to get this system working. The other microphone you might want is a lapel mic. So if you are recording outside, where you're away from your camera, or you've got video noise, or you're recording your workshops, which we do quite regularly, where the camera is at the back of the room, and of course I'm at the front of the room. And most video cameras at the basic level don't pick up the sound anywhere near as well as you'd like. So a simple little lapel mic, I've got one that actually attaches to my mobile phone, records all the voice. I can then just sync them together in my editing suite, but it makes such a big difference if that's the sort of thing you're recording. So have a look into microphones. Would be where I would start spending my money from the word go. And I've spent about $100 on my desk mic and about $50 on the lapel mic to this point in microphones. The next thing we look at is lighting. And lighting is also important, but not the end of the world, in the sense that you can manage with natural light, of course, if you are going through daytime. What I find with a lot of people, and at the moment I'm sitting in front of a large window, so I've got a lot of natural light coming through. It's obviously daytime. What I find a lot of people do though is they're working in rooms that don't have a lot of natural light, and they're just using the lights on the ceiling or fluorescents, and they provide a light that comes down, and it's a really unnatural light, and it just doesn't look as good as it could. What I've invested in ever so recently is some photographic lights or video lights. Once again, you can pick them up pretty cheap through eBay out of China. I bought a package that actually had 2 sets of lights that you see when you're in a photographic type studio, which provide me some levels of changing the light on my face, and included some backdrops as well that I can put in behind me. And the whole thing cost me about $130. Now, if these are things I was using on a daily basis as a professional, I'd probably want to go up a level. But for me and the amount of video that we create and the fact that I'm not transporting them and using them at that level, they've made a huge difference to the type of videos and the quality of videos that we are now putting out there, rather than sitting in front of a white plaster wall with a skylight or with a whatever lights in the room. It just takes your videos to that next level. Now, Backgrounds are something else we need to talk about. And once again, you will find some really simple backgrounds you can use. People use white plaster walls. They might stand outside with a nice vista. It needs to be relevant to your what you're recording, but needs also to not distract from what you're doing. Now, I love the fact that we've got our banner tucked away in the back here. Once again, $100, $120 we paid to get that printed. It's a really simple banner. It's just the logo. But as you can see now, every time you look at one of these videos, we are branded. We don't have to watermark by putting the brand over the top, or the intro, the outros aren't the only place you see it. The whole time that I have this particular screen with me on, I've got my logo running. So it's in people's faces the whole time. So be aware of how you do that, and you can, as I said, buy the backdrop setups and the frames relatively cheaply, but they just take things to a whole new level. Before this, I was just using a sheet hung up in the background, and although close up it didn't look very good, on the videos you couldn't tell. So do what you need to do and just keep working your way up as you take into this next level of video. The last place I believe you should invest your money is in your editing software. Now, editing software starts at a free end and goes to an incredibly expensive end, and depending on your budget and depending on what you're doing, I think somewhere just off the free end is a great place to be. I produced my first movies with iMovie, which is part of the Mac suite of products, and it was fine. It did what I needed it to do. It was a little clunky and slow, but that was more about my computer than the program. What I've managed to invest in now, though, is a program called ScreenFlow, and I'll stick the link on here. It's cost me about $130, and all the prices I'm using today, Australian dollars. So it's cost me about $130. And what I love about it is it's given me so many things that I can do. I'm sure iMovie did as well. I can do them quicker. I can do them easier. I can record my screen on my computer while I'm talking, and they're automatically synced up together. So I'm finding that wonderful. I know on PC you get called Camtasia, which is also a wonderful program. I haven't used it, but I believe it's very similar to the ScreenFlow program I am using. So everything that I've talked about there today, guys, cost me about 500 Australian dollars. Now, that may be an investment that you're ready to make. It might not be. But what I can tell you is if you're planning on making more than one video a week, so 50-odd videos a year, that $500 investment takes the quality of your video, the way that they look, the way that they sound, the way people are going to engage with them, to a whole other level. Now, sure, you still need to bring content, knowledge, and engagement from the way you present them and structure them, but these things add a whole new layer of professionalism to the way your brand is viewed in the outside world. And if you were using these on YouTube, if you were trying to get found through the organic type ways, then this is one of those ways you can start to increase what's going on. Now, I don't necessarily mean you have to do every video in this particular way, but we do a lot of them. I can pump a lot of them out in one go, edit them relatively quickly, and have them out there so we're providing content on a basis. And I've actually stopped blogging now, and I use these as my blog. Okay, and then I can produce them as quickly as I can produce a blog, which is fantastic. In the way that the internet is going, with the way that it's starting to promote video and prioritize video, this is the way. And if you can stand out in the people that are producing videos by a $500 investment, as far as I'm concerned, you're going to well and truly make your money back. So guys, feel free to jump in, ask us any questions, make any comments in our Facebook group, Public Speaking Tips, and if I can help you out, I'll place some links underneath this particular video for where I got my stuff. If you'd like any advice, if you'd like any thought, Google it or get in touch.